Hey YouTubers, this is Adriana. I got a real bad concern about, you know, a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing on YouTube, and it's early in the morning here. I'm in Pennsylvania, and I just got up a little while ago, and I know I'm looking like every bit of it, but um, like I said, I have a really big concern about something that I keep seeing on YouTube. Sorry about moving this thing around so much. And I sound like the typical person who's trying to make a video but don't know what they're doing. Um, anyway, this is about these companies. A lot of these companies, which is um, Wish, Dress Lily, um, Alibaba, all these companies that are coming out of China. And not necessarily any of the companies that are in America, except if they're affiliated with the Chinese or the Koreans or whatever. My personal opinion is stop buying from them because they don't mind ripping Americans off. Um, I'm going to go yada, yada, yada because we spend our money, we work for our money, we do all this stuff for our money to have these foreigners um, ripping people off. And it's happening way more than what people want to admit. A lot of times people don't want to admit that they're getting ripped off. But they are, because I see a lot of I see a lot of complaints. I myself buy a lot of these wigs, and these wigs are garbage. This one sheds like a dog's back, and it's a born free. It's I've bought a number, like this wig right here. It's Bobbi Boss, and if you can look right there. Let's see, it's right there. Right there. I got sort of a glare going on. I'm sorry, but it says made in China. So, I like I said, I buy a lot of these wigs, and I'm gonna stop buying the wigs and start just buying the hair, so you can make the wigs. That way, you know that you're not getting stuff that's shedding, not unless it's just bad weave hair, you know. And I would say look around in America and see if you can find a company um, that sells this, because black people, black women spend a lot of money. Black women have a right to spend the money that they make. Nobody has a right to tell you, oh, why are you wearing wigs? Oh, why this? Why that? Excuse me. It's because that's what they want to do, and they have that right, you know. And I'm so tired of hearing people making all these comments about black women. Fuck you. You don't like black women? Turn your head the other way. Now about these companies. The gas companies are getting way out of whack. These gas companies are not from America. These are British people. I think they're either British or English or something. I don't know. I think they're British. But our gas is so high in Pennsylvania. It's $2.75 a gallon. And it's ridiculous. There's no reason why this gas needs to be this high. No reason. What I'm basically ranting and raging and bitching about is the prices. These prices don't need to be that high. They really just don't. If you boycott these companies, hold on. I gotta keep my eye on my dog because he gets into stuff. If you boycott these companies for 2 weeks, just 2 weeks, they'll stop this type of behavior. They will. They're greedy. They're very greedy. Chinese, Koreans, all them Japanese, all them idiots over there. They're freaking idiots. They are. And I don't care if anybody gets mad because I made this video. That's my right. And remember something, you assholes. We're spending our fucking money with you dicks. Seriously. I mean, this is really a big concern for me. And there's so many Americans that are so into convenience that they just look past all this stuff. And it's like, really? You're just making it harder on other people by not saying anything or acting like you can't do anything about this stuff. I go to Walmart's for a lot of my stuff. And I think I want to say Walmart's is worldwide now. And they're not over there ripping those people off. They're not, doing all these things. I could be wrong about them being worldwide, but I'm almost certain that they are. And speaking of which, it's so hot in here. I don't know why it's so hot like this, but I'm gonna use this little thing because that's all it's worth to fan myself with. Anyway, as I said before, if you boycott them for 2 weeks, just 2 weeks, don't buy anything from them and urge your friends not to buy. Or it sounds off the wall, but I'm telling you, when you hit the media, when you start hitting medias, when the media starts getting wind of the stuff that's going on and how people are getting ripped off, it makes a big impact. And media loves a good story, so I would contact them and let them know. And I'm going to do everything that I can do to stop this behavior, because they have no respect for the fact that you're spending your money with them. And maybe not white people, but I don't give a shit about white people. I really just don't. They're idiots and they do whatever they do, and I just really don't care. I don't care. When you get treated a certain way, no matter what you do, you don't give a fuck about people, And that's not the case with Chinese, Japanese, Koreans, all and people like that. Fucking Americans keep on buying all their shit, and their fucking people are sending their shit. They buy it and they send it. And look they have the dog treats that are toxic. They have toys that are toxic. They don't care. There's nobody inspecting that stuff. Americans are just letting them push it in here, and their dumbasses are just buying it. So, like I said, I won't be buying any more wigs. I know I'm just one person, but it's okay. I'm fine with that. If people don't want to hear this, then fine. If people don't want to look at my video and understand the reason why I'm ranting and raging the way I am, then fine. Okay. But don't bitch when you get ripped off. I was on Facebook this morning, and I saw a boatload of people complaining, and then some of the people were from other countries. They weren't from China though, because guess what? China don't buy their own shit. They outsource and get all their stuff from somewhere else. They get their shit from America. Okay? And I admit, Americans have this way. Some of their stuff that they sell is garbage, like their vehicles. Their vehicles are total shit. I mean, it's the same thing. But I would say the same thing about America. If you're buying stuff from America and you're one of those people that's, I'm straight American and I ain't buying from nowhere else, keep two things in mind. Number one, when you're buying vehicles and stuff, I know about vehicles because I buy and sell them. The majority of the parts on them are made in Japan or China. Okay? So look it up. Do your homework. The other thing is that just anything that you get from America, pay attention to where it's really coming from. Pay attention. They got their little thing on it that says made in America, but it's not made in America. It's not all made in America. If Americans really want to just get back to basics and be Americans and be proud of the stuff that they have, then they need to make some changes. They really need to make some changes. Our food, we're literally in America starving to death. We are. Because we eat look, Pepsi. I just found out, I have a vending company, okay? I just found out that the CEO of Pepsi is from either India or she's Pakistani or something. She's not an American. She really is not. I don't know what Pepsi is thinking, but these people don't mean you any good. They don't. They talk all kind of shit about Americans. And Americans are pretty shitty. They are. I mean, but and you're setting yourself up for a fall. Look at this hair. This hair is it's not behaving at all. Crazy hair. So I'm going to learn how to make. I'm going to have my sister teach me how to make my own wigs. I'm going to do my own wigs. There's a girl on, I'm going to change the subject up a little bit here. There's a girl on YouTube who has a channel. Her name is Muffins is My Lover. I can't remember what her first name is. I have a terrible memory, just horrible. Um, but the girl's channel is on. I mean, she's on point. She's on point. She makes her own wigs and stuff, and she buys a lot of wigs. But I think she's kind of cautious about the stuff that she buys because when she got stuff on her head, that stuff be looking good, you know. So, but I'll go back to what I was talking about. Um, Buying from America versus buying from China and Japan and all these other places like this is way different because if you're an American, you can get your stuff, you know, and if it's defected or whatever, you can call the companies. These bastards over here don't have phone numbers. They don't have, they got this email thing that ain't worth a shit. You know, if you buy something and it's no good, you just lost your money. You know, and there's not really nothing you can do about that except lose your money. You know, and like I said, I was on Facebook this morning, and there were so many people complaining about some company that they bought this jewelry from. And I know people that are buying these gifts for their girlfriends and husbands and wives, and stop buying that shit. That shit's not real. There's nothing real about it. And you're basically saying you're Billy Broke ass and that it's the thought that matters. But when you take your girlfriend and your husband to the hospital because they broke out real bad from some kind of weird ass rash from this garbage that you're buying, then you can't blame nobody but yourself. You know? So I'm urging a lot of Americans, and no, I don't have no big channel. People don't watch my channel. You know, I get some views, very little views, but I want to get this out there that everybody needs to band together and set something up so that you can boycott these companies, you know, and literally starve them away from here because they're just ripping you off. Your money that you spend, African Americans make up, I want to say 5 billion, it might be even, I know it's higher than that, in spending. Don't come to me and tell me nothing about welfare and this and that, because we aren't the majority that's on welfare. And the way we spend our money, that's our fucking business. It's our right. We live in dirty ass America. So we have rights. Our right is to spend our money the way the fuck we want to. We can do whatever we want to do. But it's not these people's right to rip us off. These girls, there were complaints about Dress Lily and Rose Gal, and there's a multitude of these pop-up companies that are on the internet that sell this trash to people. And if you don't believe me, all you gotta do is get on YouTube and look at all these complaints, you know, and listen to these girls bitching about people using their faces to sell their hairs and stuff, and they're not paying those girls. Those girls, unbeknownst to those girls, their faces are all over the world showing off these wigs and stuff, these garbage fucking wigs that ain't worth a fuck. And I don't care that this one has a parting that's way back here like this. Well, good for you. You should have a damn parting in it that's way back here and all the way around the crown of the head. I mean, if you're going to make the fucking wig, make it right, you know? So, I mean, but as I said before, ladies that are buying these wigs and hair and all this other stuff, find a good company in America. I don't know, and research that company. Find out where they're getting their hair from, if it's being made in America, you know, if they're just purchasing the hair from, you know, where they're purchasing their hair from. Because it's essential to you not getting ripped off. It's essential to you not breaking out. It's essential to you not doing what I'm doing right now. This hair just does whatever it wants to do. And no matter what you do to it, you cannot make this hair do right. There was a girl on YouTube who did a review about this specific wig. It's funny though, because it said, Who the hell want this goddamn nappy ass mess? She spent her money on it. And fortunately, I spent $36 for this wig. It's a newborn free or some stupid shit like that. But anyway, um, look up the fact that Koreans, they cornered a market on hair, and you need to starve them out. I'm no longer going to buy anything from these people anymore. I'm not. I'm going to go into the stores here in America, and I'm going to question them as to where are you getting this hair from? Is this hair made in America, or is this hair from China? They're going to say it's from China, Korea, or some crazy place like that. You know, and the other thing you want to keep in mind, remember, now this is a whole nother avenue of what I'm talking about, but it has to do with what I'm talking about. I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. Go to another country and try to buy a house. You can buy that dwelling, but you're not buying that land. Us fucking stupid Americans are selling these idiots our property. Are you kidding me? Fucking people don't need to buy our property. No more than we need to buy their fucking wigs that ain't no good. You know? No more than we need to buy their garbage that they keep pushing that isn't any good. And I spoke about the food earlier. We're literally starving to death in this country because America is putting out food that has no nutritional value. And they're not going to tell you that. Look at McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, and you're getting sick from eating at these places. My granddaughter got really sick. She's 18 years old. She got sick as a dog eating at funky ass Wendy's. And I got food poisoning from Arby's. I'm like, I don't eat at that place like that. The places suck. They're horrible. The only thing ever, if I ever get anything from McDonald's, it's usually their breakfast food, and it's usually just one thing. And that's what me on the run doing this. There's sugar diabetes, there's cancer. Cancer's running rampant in America. But you know what it's coming from? Us buying all this fucking bullshit that it isn't any good. Putting it on our heads, putting it on our face, putting it down our throat. Only God knows what they're doing with this fucking shit. You know? I sell this stuff. You know, and that's how I found out that the CEO of Pepsi was, like I said, she's either Pakistani or Arabic or Asian or some fucking thing she is. But I don't give a damn. You don't, listen, we can't go to your country and buy your shit because you fucking people won't sell it to us. Oh, you'll let us buy little trinkets here and there, but you ain't selling us your land. You're not going to do that. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, people. You can leave just your comments down below, and I will gladly read them and I will respond. So, I mean, this is Adriana. This is my journey back to Pennsylvania. And this is me ranting and raging about America's buying practices. You know, and from cars to wigs to clothes to toys to dog treats to dog food to food, everything. We need to stop. Gas, we need to stop buying from, shut them down and run them out of our country because we don't need them. We don't. If anything, those other countries need us. Look at it this way. An octopus has a big, huge head and it has tentacles. America's that head. Do you know that if you slice that head off, all those tentacles will die? They will. They ain't gonna grow. Nothing's gonna happen. No head, no nothing. So keep these things in mind. Like I said, I'm Adriana. This is my bitch and rant and rage about wigs, this, that, and other thing. And this is my journey back home to Pennsylvania. Leave your comments below. And please don't be nasty. If you be nasty, I'll just delete you and say fuck you, you know, because I'm not about nasty. So, but join in. Consider that you might need to boycott these companies, okay, for 2 weeks. And they'll stop their bad practices. You know, I guarantee you they will stop their bad practices. There's a place here in my hometown I'm planning on boycotting. It's called Surefine because they suck. They have garbage food and they're way overpriced. And there's no reason for that for this little town. So thank you for watching. And You guys have a great day and peace.